Hey guys, it's Joe, and it's time for Pocket with Joe. It is Saturday, October 22nd. I'm excited to be here. Now, normally we go over every single game on the board. It's the weekend, you guys. I still have 6 games for you. There's so many on the board, but we'll go over these 6. Again, I will give you my long shot parlay at the end. Now, the first couple games are kicking off at 1 o'clock Eastern here, so we're going to discuss those first. But just to let you guys know which games we're going over so you can decide if you want to watch the show. Of course, you guys want to watch the show, but I want to let you guys know. We're going to go over the Minnesota Wild and the Boston Bruins, the San Jose Sharks and the New Jersey Devils, the St. Louis Blues and the Edmonton Oilers, the New York Islanders and the Tampa Bay Lightning, the Buffalo Sabres and the Vancouver Canucks, and then the Carolina Hurricanes and the Calgary Flames. So we're going to go over them in that order, you guys. It's going to be a lot of fun. Stick around. Remember, if you are looking for my best bets, go over and check either the link below this YouTube, or if you're on TikTok or Twitter, check my bio. And before you place these bets, I can't stress enough how important it is to shop those lines. You can go over and shop the lines over at Betstamp and use the referral code Madden there, you guys. So let's look at this first matchup between the Minnesota Wild and the Boston Bruins. Now, Fleury expected in goal for the Minnesota Wild. Fleury just isn't looking like the Fleury we all remember from when he was with Vegas. He's just not getting these stops at all. He's allowing an average of 5.96 goals per game. Fleury needs a bounce back, and can it be in this one against the Boston Bruins, who are normally known for their defense? But we are seeing this Boston Bruins team really step up offensively this season, averaging 4.4 goals per game and 35.4 shots on goal. I think Fleury's going to have another game where he does struggle in this one. Because of that, I'm going to look at the over 6.5 in this game. I think until we can see either goaltender, we'll move on to Boston's goaltender in a second, but either of these goaltenders step up, I got to ride the over 6.5. Now, especially with the Wild allowing that 5.75 goals per game and 33.3 shots. Boston will be starting Swarman here. Now, he has allowed 5.4 goals so far this season on average, and we see the Boston Bruins doing strong defensively, only allowing that 3.2, but 32.4 shots on goal. So I'm looking for Fleury to step up, but not enough to keep this one under. I'm also looking for the Boston Bruins to come out with a nice win on home ice. I think they're the overall better team in this matchup and should be able to get the win here. So give me the Boston Bruins at -120 on that money line and the over 6.5. Let's move on to the next matchup, you guys. This one is also at 1 o'clock Eastern here. Today, we have the San Jose Sharks taking on the New Jersey Devils. Now, the Sharks finally got their first win. They're 1-5 right now on the season. They're not doing well. The New Jersey Devils, though, coming in here 2-2 on the season. They're dominating with their shots on goal. This team is coming out so strong offensively. They're only averaging 3 goals per game, but they are lighting that net up, getting those shots on goal, averaging 40 shots on goal. And then we look at them defensively, they're not allowing their opponents to get those shots either, holding opponents to 21 shots on goal. Now, they lead the league in both of those areas for their shots on goal and holding opponents to that limited shots on goal of 21. With the struggles the San Jose Sharks have had, only averaging 1.83 goals per game, I find it hard to think with this Devils team how strong they've been defensively that the Sharks will be able to score goals here on Vanek expected. Now, Vanek has had a rough start. He's allowed the 5 goals per game on average, but I do think that the Sharks won't be able to get those goals on him. We can look at the Sharks team total. I love it to the under. The under 2.5 is coming in around -110 to -112 here. I think this is also a strong play to the under for the full game because we see the Devils team coming in, averaging only those 3 goals per game. And James Reimer for the San Jose Sharks has been solid, 1-3 so far on the season. but his goals against average is 2.77. So I don't think the Devils will put up enough goals here for this one to go over. I was actually really shocked. This was a 6.5 one here with the offensive struggles of the San Jose Sharks. So this defense is just too good blocking those shots on goal for the New Jersey Devils and holding their opponents to not having any. I want to see the Devils get a little cleaner out on the ice. I don't want to see them take those penalties. We have seen the Devils get those penalties as of late, and I don't want them to do that. I want them to play a nice, smart game here. So what I'm looking at for this one is I think the Devils come out. I think they win it on the puck line. We're getting beautiful plus money on that puck line too at -1.5 is the puck line here. For the Devils, we're getting plus 135, you guys. I love it. Top of the morning to you as well. Thanks for joining me this morning. So I'm going to take them over that 1.5 at plus 135. I'm also going to take the under 6.5 in this one, and the Sharks team total under 2.5 today. So it's going to be a good game on the ice. This one kicks off at 1 o'clock Eastern as well. Let's move on to the next game. 4 o'clock Eastern, we have a Western Conference battle here between the St. Louis Blues and the Edmonton Oilers. You guys all know what I think of the Edmonton Oilers. I made that super clear over the last couple of shows here. But the Edmonton Oilers can make us money in situations. I am nervous to take a side in this one. We know the St. Louis Blues have come out so strong, especially defensively. Now, this team has yet to let an opponent score on their penalty kill. The opponent on the power play hasn't been able to get a goal. They've been doing phenomenal. They've also been really smart. They're not getting those penalties. They're really limiting their time in the penalty box. They come in rested to this one. I can make a case for the Blues to come out and get this win here. Vladimir Tarasenko has been phenomenal for them. I know I'm going to take his over 2.5 shots on goal for sure tonight. I think Vladimir Tarasenko of the St. Louis Blues has a solid night. We're getting that around -130 over those 2.5 shots. Now, Binghamton is expected in goal for the St. Louis Blues, which I have a lot of faith in Binghamton. He has a 2.46 goals against average. The defense for the Blues are allowing that 2.5, and the Blues are stepping up offensively this season, averaging 4.5 goals per game. Now, my biggest issue with Edmonton in this game and why I think the Blues can pull off this win is Jack Campbell. Jack Campbell expected to start in goal here. He is due for a bounce back, though, you guys. I just look at Jack Campbell. I expect better numbers. 5.08 goals against average so far on this season. The defense of the Edmonton Oilers isn't helping him out at all. They're allowing 35.5 shots on goal. Defensively, Edmonton really needs to step up. They need to give him more protection. We know Connor McDavid is so strong out there. Vander Kane. They have phenomenal players who can score these goals. Their defense needs to do their part. So does goaltending. Now, they got a nice big win over the Carolina Hurricanes in their last game. I was shocked by that. I didn't expect them to come out so strong versus the Canes. They're so strong offensively, this team. When I look at this total, though, we've got a total of 7. I want to take it over, but I can't. I have to take this under. I have to trust that between Binghamton and then Jack Campbell, that both of these goaltenders are going to step up. If you think Edmonton can win this one, I think you definitely have to look at that under in this game. Now, my concern for the Blues, and how I said I can make a case for both sides of the teams here, is we look at who the Blues have played. The Blues have only faced the Columbus Blue Jackets and the Seattle Kraken. This is only their third game. They're coming in rested, but they're facing an Edmonton Oilers team that is so solid. We look at the offenses for the Seattle Kraken and the Columbus Blues, and will the Edmonton Oilers be able to score on Binghamton? Most definitely. I think the Columbus Blue Jackets and the Seattle Kraken do not have the offensive firepower that we see in Edmonton. I know the Blue Jackets now have Johnny Gaudreau, but he doesn't have those weapons on that top line with him there. So this is a hard one. I'm not going to take a side in this one. I want to take the under. I keep telling you guys, I want to take the over. I want to take the under. I think this one is one that you prop bet because I just can't get there with either team. The one thing I'd be looking at though, if you think Edmonton can win this, I think that's minus 145 we're getting on the money line. I think you could hit it there. If you think the St. Louis Blues win this, it's because they get those goals on Jack Campbell. So if you're willing to take a risk on the St. Louis Blues, instead of taking them straight up, you're getting them straight up at plus 125, which is great value. If they're to win this, I think they go over that 3.5 total goals, which that's still allowing you, if they hit that 4, if Edmonton comes out and blows up Binghamton and wins this game, Jack Campbell gets exposed. The over looks solid, but the team total for the St. Louis Blues over 3.5 is plus 134. So you guys do what you want with that. We saw the Oilers get 6 goals on the Hurricane. Frederik Andersen is a way better goalie than Binghamton here. This is a tough one, you guys. I'm not picking a side. I wanted to talk about this with you guys, though. Let you know my thought process on this. I think I so want to see Jack Campbell step up. It's really hard, though, for me to take the under here. I'm leaning on both sides of this total, as well as I can make a case for both sides of this game. So this is a stay off one for me. Prop bet, though, I'm going to take Vladimir Tarasenko over 2.5 save shots on goal. Sorry, not save shots on goal. Shots on goal in this one. We're getting that at minus 130. I'd also look at Connor McDavid over on his shots on goal as well. I think both of these guys, and I think prop bets are the strongest way to take this. Let's look at another one that I am liking a side and a total in. I'm looking at the New York Islanders taking on the Tampa Bay Lightning. Now the Islanders coming in here at plus 110 on that money line. Tampa minus 132, and we got a total of 6. Now the Islanders are looking to bounce back off of that embarrassing loss that they just had. And Tampa got a nice win last night over the Panthers in OT. That was a 3-2 win for the Tampa Bay Lightning. Now, Sorokin is expected in goal for the New York Islanders. He comes in here just strong on the season with a 2.06 goals against average. We have Elliott, not Vasilevsky, expected in goal for the Tampa Bay Lightning. Now, he has had some struggles. He's played 1 game so far this season. He allowed those 5 goals in that 1 game. It was versus the Pelicans. Not the Pelicans, the Penguins. I don't know why I thought Pelicans. The Pittsburgh Penguins here. And he did good, though, because when we look at how many shots on goal the Pittsburgh Penguins got on him, it was 44 shots on goal that he faced. So I can't really blame Elliott here for how many goals that he allowed. I think we do see a stronger game out of him in this one. We know that the Lightning's defense has been allowing those shots on goal, has been allowing 3.2 goals per game. But we saw last night against the Panthers, we saw them really step up. And I'm expecting them to defensively step up again in this game. And the Islanders, they've been great with Sorokin. They're only allowing 2.5 goals per game on average. I think what we'll see here is this be a strong defensive game. I'm going to take the under 6 in this one. The under is 5-2 and 5-2 in the last 7 meetings in Tampa Bay as well. I'm looking for this one also to be the Islanders game to win here. I think we look for the Islanders to bounce back. I think Tampa, off that win last night, this is a quick turnaround for them. I think the Islanders have the upper hand in this one. So I'm going to take the New York Islanders and the under. Let's look at the matchup between the Buffalo Sabres and the Vancouver Canucks. Now, Vancouver have yet to get a win on the season, you guys. I don't know what the Vancouver Canucks are doing. Now, they started their first 5 games on the road. I feel so bad for this team. All of these games have been on the road. They're returned home now. They got the Hurricanes on deck. Their schedule is not easy. Facing the Buffalo Sabres, who we know just beat Edmonton, then took on Calgary to win against Edmonton, and then Calgary versus Edmonton in Alberta, is so hard for teams. And the Buffalo Sabres were able to do this. They are on game 3 of a 4-game road trip here. Greg Anderson has been phenomenal for them. He's only allowing that 1 goal per game. Now, the Buffalo Sabres have stepped up really offensively. They're a strong, solid team, averaging 4.25 goals per game, allowing 2.5. But their defense really isn't helping out Anderson here. They're allowing 41 shots on goal. If Vancouver can get these shots past Anderson, they have every opportunity to win it. But do I really want to lay minus 180 with the Vancouver Canucks? Absolutely not. We got Demko expected in goal for them. Now, he has a 4.3 goals against average. The Vancouver Canucks are averaging those 3 goals per game and allowing 4.4. What I'm going to look at in this one is I'm not going to take a side. I think what we've seen out of the Buffalo Sabres offensively, we can trust in them to get the goals on Demko tonight. That is where I'm looking. So I'm not taking the Sabres to win. I'm not taking the Sabres or Vancouver to win. I'm going to take the Sabres team total over 2.5. That's a minus 125. All I have to do is get 3 goals on Demko. We have the Vancouver Canucks allowing that average of 4.4 goals per game. I don't trust the Vancouver Canucks. I trust in the Sabres to get those 3 goals on the board. So give me the over 2.5 for the Buffalo Sabres team total. And then, we have to talk about the Carolina Hurricanes and the Calgary Flames. Now, Calgary enters as the favorite in this one at minus 138, plus 115 for the Carolina Hurricanes. Got a total of 6.5. You guys, I'm going to shock you here. I got to roll with the Canes here for that beautiful plus money on the money line against my Calgary Flames. I apologize to everyone for making this bet, but I like my money better than I like my teams. I hate to say it, Carolina is the better team coming into this matchup. We're getting Carolina as a dog on the road. I know they were just in Edmonton. They lost to the Edmonton Oilers. They allowed 6 goals. Frederik Andersen is a better goalie than this. I'm looking for him to come in pissed off into this matchup, stand on his head. He's only allowing an average of 2.35 goals per game. This team is averaging 3.75, allowing 2.25. Got to take the Canes on the money line, you guys, and I think this is a lower scoring game. Calgary looking to start Markstrom here. Now, I worry about Markstrom. They did pull him in the last game against the Buffalo Sabres. Didn't give him the opportunity after that. I believe it was after the first period to come back in the second and try to bounce back in that one. I think that messes with the goalie's head a lot, so I worry about Markstrom. He's got a 3.43 goals against average. I think this is a game where we have a strong defensive game out of both sides of the puck, but the Canes, I think they pull it out on the money line. So give me the under 6.5 and give me the Carolina Hurricanes on that money line at plus 115 over my Calgary Flames. I will not show my face in that building tonight rooting against them. So won't be good. But you guys, let's go over. We're going to recap. We had 6 games we talked about today. Let's recap each and every one that I'm liking. Make sure if you're watching on YouTube to hit the like button and subscribe. It really helps me out. And then comment below on this video what games you're liking today, how you're betting these games. I'd love to hear it. If you guys have there's no such thing as locks, but if you have a best bet for us on the ice, let us know below so people can tail you as well. So let's jump right up to the top. This game kicks off in 40 minutes between the Minnesota Wild and the Boston Bruins. And I'm going to bookmark these, you guys, so check the bookmarks. I am going to take the Boston Bruins straight up here on the money line at minus 120. I'm also going to take the over 6.5 until this goaltending between these two can get things going. The San Jose Sharks and the New Jersey Devils also kicking off right away. I'm going to take the Devils on that puck line, laying 1.5 at plus 135. Way better team here. I'm also going to take the under 6.5 and the Sharks team total under 2.5 at minus 112. Between the St. Louis Blues and the Edmonton Oilers, prop bet this one. Not taking a side, not taking a total. I can make fights for both ways of everything. Vladimir Tarasenko, though, over 2.5 shots on goal in this one at -130. I'd also take Connor McDavid over on his shots on goal and his points and assists tonight. Connor McDavid is due for a very good night here tonight. The New York Islanders and the Tampa Bay Lightning. I'm going to take the dog in the fight. Give me the New York Islanders with that plus money rolling into Tampa, and give me the under 6 in a defensive battle. The Buffalo Sabres and the Vancouver Canucks. I'm going to take the Sabres team total over 2.5 at -125. I love them here. -120 to -125. And then the Carolina Hurricanes and the Calgary Flames. Disappointing myself even with this pick. I got to take the Carolina Hurricanes on the money line because I like my money better than my team, and the under 6.5. You guys, for a long shot parlay, I haven't done the odds. I've actually got to get it in. I had to rush to get this show on. Let's quickly do it here together. I'm going to take... We'll work backwards. I'm going to take the Canes on the money line. We're going to take the Sabres team total over 2.5. We're going to take the Islanders on the money line. This is going to be a good parlay because we're getting beautiful plus money here with those two first sides. We're going to take... Oh, we're going to skip the Oilers game. I don't want to put anything in there. We're going to take the Devils. And I think we're safe to put them on the puck line. But if you want to put them on the money line, we're still going to get good value because this is a parlay. And then we're going to take the Boston Bruins. So we've got a 5-leg parlay here. I will post below on everything what that pays out. But I want to thank you guys for joining me here for a Pocket with Joe. I appreciate each and every one of you. Let me know where you're watching from. Let me know if you want anything added to this. I tried to give you a couple props today, but it's Saturday, you guys. I'm going to go watch some college football, and then I'm going to watch this Boston Bruins game. So enjoy your Saturday, everyone. Again, thank you so much for joining me. Make sure you hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and let's make some freaking money.